Our top story tonight on Gravitas is about the corruption scandals in Ukraine that appear to be eroding Volodymyr Zelensky's credibility in the peace negotiations. Even as Russia pushes forward on the battlefield, the timing raises serious questions about Kiev's negotiating strength while Moscow continues to gain ground. Now, according to Russia, its forces continue to advance in Pokrovsk, and officials reported movement across the eastern and northwestern districts of the strategic city into the Donetsk region. Moscow claims that its troops repelled at least 10 breakout attempts by Ukrainian units, tightening their hold in the area and also putting additional pressure on Kiev's defensive lines. According to Kiev, in fact, a Russian missile attack on Dnipro in central Ukraine has killed at least 4 people and injured over 20 more. As per reports, the missile caused extensive damage to a university building, blowing out windows and scattering the debris. Industrial facilities and a car repair shop on the premises were also reported to be struck. Rescuers could be seen on the site, with several of them carrying the injured and the deceased on stretchers. Firefighters could also be seen dousing the flames. The military situation, though, intersecting with a political crisis in Ukraine's peace delegation. Zelensky's newly appointed chief negotiator, Rustem Umerov, is now facing scrutiny over the very same corruption scandal that forced out his predecessor. In fact, Umerov incidentally stepped in at the last moment after Yermak resigned just last Friday following a raid on his home linked to a $100 million corruption probe. Now, Umerov led high-level talks on Sunday in Florida with the U.S. Secretary of State and Trump envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. Kushner, remember, is also Donald Trump's son-in-law. Now, Umerov called the discussions productive and successful, while Rubio acknowledged progress but also warned that more work remains. But as the news started surfacing that Umerov, Kiev's new peace talks chief, was caught in the same corruption scandal as his ousted predecessor, criticism erupted immediately. Opposition figures accused Zelensky of prioritizing personal loyalty over expertise, calling the decision bewildering. As per reports, Umerov was questioned by Ukraine's National Anti-Corruption Bureau and asked to testify in an ongoing investigation into corruption in the energy sector. He has additionally faced allegations of failing to declare ownership of multiple properties in the United States, claims that he reportedly denies. Ukrainian politician Volodymyr Zelensky told the Washington Post that Zelensky had simply replaced one corruption-tainted figure with another, reportedly, insisting that the country needs negotiators focused on defending national interests, not political loyalty. U.S. President Donald Trump remains optimistic about peace, though. Listen into what he said.
Ukraine has a little bit of problems.
Well, we have a corruption situation going on, which is not helpful.
And is that impeding the peace talks?
Well, I said it was going on for 3 years, right? Didn't I say it? For 3 years I said it, so I was way ahead of schedule. But I think that there's a good chance we can make a deal.
And amid the domestic turmoil, Zelensky also met the French president in Paris earlier today to rally European backing for a deal that basically protects Ukraine. Ukrainian president also expected to meet Ireland's newly elected leader in the capital there. Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff, meanwhile, is now traveling to Moscow, and the Kremlin confirmed that he will be meeting the Russian president on Tuesday. So all of that is happening as Russia advances militarily. And Ukraine is struggling politically. The question still is, can meaningful peace talks actually succeed when credibility within Kiev's own negotiating teams is facing this crisis? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.